and welcome to story time. So we're going to begin each story time with a little song. So hopefully after a few times you'll learn it. The song is really simple and it's just a way to remind us all to gather together and take a seat. It goes, hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? So I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. In today's story time, we're going to be reading the story of the lost sheep. And this story might sound familiar to some of you because we do hear it as one of the Gospels on Sunday. But always, this is kind of in a story form, but always remember you can find the same story, just like Jesus told it, in your Bible. So let's see how they tell the story of the lost sheep in this book. A little girl named Alice was content as she could be, as she read her Bible storybook underneath a shady tree. That day she chose to read about a sheep that strayed away, a story Jesus chose to tell his followers one day. As she read her book and looked at all the pictures in it, her friend the airmail bird stopped by. He could only stay a minute. The airmail bird gave her a note and then waved his wings goodbye. As Alice read this little note, he flew off in the sky. Reading is a special key to take you where you want to be. Her storybook became a screen, and the screen grew tall and wide. Alice took a little walk to Bible land inside. She went back to Jesus' time, and much to her surprise, the story she was reading came to life before her eyes. Alice saw that Jesus was sitting on a rock. The crowd around him quieted so all could hear him talk. Jesus was a teacher. He was well known far and wide, and everywhere he came to speak, crowds gathered at his side. He welcomed everyone to him, the children and the old, even thieves and sinners were welcomed to the fold. Why listen to this teacher? Called someone in the crowd. He loves thieves and sinners, he shouted very loud. To answer this objection, Jesus told a little tale, which shows how God, our shepherd, loves his people without fail. A shepherd tended to his flock outside of Galilee. He saw that they were fed and clean and healthy as could be. Every single morning and before he went to sleep, he counted all 100 of his very precious sheep. But one morning as he counted his sheep which stood in line, he discovered one was missing. There were only 99. The shepherd feared one little sheep all alone might find deep, dark wells, fierce animals, and dangers of all kind. And so he went out right away to find his little sheep. He searched the rocky hillsides where the crevices were deep. And stuck between two jagged rocks, the shepherd finally found his little sheep had fallen and was laying on the ground. It took a great amount of time and much more energy, but the shepherd kept on working until the sheep was free. Because the sheep had hurt its leg when it took its rocky fall, it just kept toppling over and couldn't walk at all. He washed the sheep's wounds in the spring that bubbled from the ground. Then came a bandage from his robe and wrapped it all around. The little sheep still stumbled, so to keep it out of harm, the shepherd gently carried it, nestled in its arms. The shepherd knew that he had come a very long, long way. He wanted to return back home before the end of the day. So the shepherd didn't stop to rest. He took no time to eat. He walked and walked, and in his arms the sheep began to bleat. I think that's what they mean for like the baa noise that sheep make. He didn't rest until the sheep was back with all the others, telling his adventure to his sisters and his brothers. They're all together again. And when the stars came out at night, and before he went to sleep, the shepherd once more counted all 100 of his sheep. The story Jesus told was done, and Alice tiptoed from the scene. She went home by walking through her storybook's big screen. Alice went inside her house and put her book away, and thought about what she had learned in Bible land that day. Like the loving shepherd, Jesus counts us one and all. He'll stop to pick us up when we should trip or fall. He gathers us into his arms. He holds us close, and then he stays with us and guides us back to God's home again. People are like little sheep. God won't be happy till each and every one of us knows his way and will. And Alice thought, how glad I am to be God's little lamb. For more I know his loving ways, the happier I am. So that was the way they told the story of the lost sheep. Hope you enjoyed this story time. Afterwards, why don't you talk about the story a little bit more? What was your favorite part of the story? And were you surprised that the shepherd went and found the lost sheep? See you guys back for another story time. Have a great day.